Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Tuesday, 12th of November 2024. This day is famous for the celebration of World Pneumonia Day. It's observed on November 12th to raise the awareness about pneumonia and its prevention. This is considered the world's leading infectious disease, with the children under the age of 5 being the most affected. From the history point of view, 12th November in Indian history is celebrated as the birth anniversary of the following personalities, including the most important one, Salim Ali. 12 November in 1896 up to 27 July 1987, an Indian ornithologist and the naturalist. He is also known as the Birdman of India. Starting the newspaper with the world news, including Elon Musk-led PAC has spent $200 million for Donald Trump's victory in the United States election. ICC to investigate Chief Prosecutor Karim Khan over alleged sexual misconduct. Biden and Harris honor United States military veterans in first appearance after the election loss. Prime Minister Modi congratulates Navin Ramgoolam on a historic win in Mauritius election. Trump shadow over a conference of Party 29 meet United States negotiator says not end of fight. Nepal Prime Minister Oli asks authority to restore electricity of 34 defaulters. Businesses faces criticism. Starting with the newspaper The Hindu. Briefly, amid the threats of violent protests, Brampton Triveni Temple cancels life certificate event. A Nihang Sikh warrior holds a placard as he takes part in the protest near the Canadian embassy in New Delhi on November 10, 2024 against the recent attack on Hindu temple in the city of Brampton near the Toronto in Canada. We are deeply saddened that Canadians now feel unsafe coming to Hindu temples in Canada. Amid fears of an extremely high levels of violent protests, the Brampton Triveni Mandir and a community center has cancelled a life certificate event. The event, a consular camp, was scheduled to take place on November 12, where Indian origin Hindus and Sikhs could renew essential life certificates. The temple administration issued a statement on Monday, November 11, 2024, saying, "Please be advised that the life certificate event scheduled at Brampton Triveni Mandir by Indian Consulate on November 17, 2024 has been cancelled. This is due to the official intelligence from Peel Regional Police stating that there is an extremely high and imminent threat level of the violent protests." The authorities apologized to the community members, stating, "We apologize to all community members who were depending on the event. We are deeply saddened that the Canadians now feel unsafe coming to Hindu temples in Canada. We call on Peel police to address the threats being circulated against Brampton Triveni Mandir and provide security guarantees to the Canadian Hindu community and the general public," the temple administration added. Trump asks Mike Waltz, China hawk, to be national security advisor. File picture of the United States Representative Michael Waltz. There are concerns on Capitol Hill about Donald Trump tapping members of the House, where the final tally is still uncertain. United States President-elect Donald Trump has asked Representative Michael Waltz, a retired Army National Guard officer and war veteran, to be his national security advisor. A person familiar with the matter said on Monday, November 11, 2024. The nod came despite simmering concerns on the Capitol Hill about Mr. Trump tapping members of the House, where the final tally is still uncertain, and there are worries about the pulling any GOP members from the chamber because that would force a new election to fill the empty seat. The person spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss the matter before Mr. Trump made a final formal announcement. Now going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that the road ahead for the Chief Justice. Justice Sanjeev Khanna takes the oath as the 51st Chief Justice of India at Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi on Monday. Justice Sanjeev Khanna's appointment as the 51st Chief Justice of India on the Monday marks a pivotal moment for the Supreme Court. He steps into the role at a time when the judiciary has experienced profound shifts in its approach to constitutional interpretation and judiciary transparency. His predecessor, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, has set a benchmark with his remarkable output of 38 Constitution Bench judgments in just 2 years, as well as his significant role in advancing the judiciary's modernization and digitalization agenda. He also became a prominent voice, not just in the courtroom, but also in public discourse, bringing the gap between the judiciary and society with a clarity and a vision. As Justice Khanna takes the helm, the Supreme Court enters a new phase, one in which the challenges are as greatest as the expectations. Justice Khanna, a seasoned jurist with a balanced approach to jurisprudence, brings a unique legacy and perspective. His tenure, although short, ending on May 13, 2025, as the Chief Justice of India, comes at a time when the judiciary faces challenges ranging from the pressing judicial reforms to preserving constitutional sanctity. These will not only test his legal acumen, but also his vision for an institution that must uphold justice and freedoms in an evolving democracy. Amid weather extremes, India demands best of climate funding. People walk outside the venue of for the conference of 2029 United Nations Climate Summit Monday, 11 November 2024. India is expected to reiterate its call for adequate climate finance from developed nations, including the contributions running into the trillions of the dollars annually, and as the United Nations Climate Change Conference COP29 began in the Baku on Monday against the backdrop of the unprecedented weather extremes that have battered India as well as the world, and new signs that the globe is on strike for more devastation. The new collective quantifier call and CQG, which is meant to replace the global North's current annual commitment of $100 billion after 2025, tops the conference agenda, but this crucial climate financing domain has been marked by extreme divides. India will continue to be vocal about the need for adequate finance for the global south. A senior environment ministry official told the Hindustan Times, outlining the country's position ahead of the crucial negotiations in Azerbaijan's capital. 10 militants died in an attack on the Manipur CRPF camp. Arms and ammunition recovered during this search operation after the 11 suspected militants killed in the gunfight with the security forces in Manipur Jirebam district. A combined team of parliamentary personnel and state police gunned down 10 militants on Monday in Jirebam district of Manipur after a group of armed men attacked a security camp, underlining the simmering tensions in the state, where 230 people have died in clashes that started roughly 18 months ago. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, urgent redressal of India-Russia one-sided balance of trade needed, says Jaishankar. He said bilateral trade is at $66 billion as of now, and this makes the goal of reaching $100 billion by 2030 more than realistic. While special rupee Vostro accounts are right now an effective mechanism even in the short run, a better trade balance with the national currency settlement is the answer, Jaishankar said at the India-Russia Business Forum in Mumbai. Markets declined in early trade amid unabated foreign fund outflows, muted earnings. Axis Bank, Adani Ports, Nestle, Reliance Industries, Tata Steel and Industrial Bank were also among the laggards. Building stock exchange benchmark Sensex fell by 184.98 points to 79,001.384 in the early trade. Then NSE Nifty declined 143.6 points to 24,004.60 points. Now going to the science and tech, we had the conference of party once again, 29 beginners amid global headwinds. A woman passes by a hashtag of Conference of Party 29 signed during the United Nations Climate Change Conference COP29 in Baku, Azerbaijan on November 11, 2024. As talks open, the United Nations warns that the Paris Climate Agreement's goals are in the great peril. Re-election of the Donald Trump as United States President has cast shadows on the summit. Many world leaders have also skipped the meet where the primary focus is on increasing climate financing by wealthy nations. The 29th Conference of the Parties, or COP29, began in Baku, Azerbaijan on Monday, perhaps with more headwinds than ever before. As talks opened, the United Nations warned that the Paris Climate Agreement's goals are in the great peril, and 2024 is on track to break new temperature records. The period from 2015 to 2024 will also be a warmest decade ever recorded. The United Nations World Meteorological Organization (WMO) said in a new report. The re-election of Donald Trump as United States President has already cast a shadow over the meet, while the main focus is on agreeing on climate financing, who pays how much is needed, and how the funds would be used to address climate adaptation, mitigation, and loss damage. Autism spectrum disorder, when the emotional sports should be a part of pedagogy. As of 2023, there are more than 5 million individuals with the autism spectrum disorder (ASD) in India. Parents and experts believe that the awareness and empathy are the key elements of inclusive spaces. The photo shows a screening camp in Madurai organized in a connection with the World Autism Awareness Day in April 2024. Navigation: the challenges of autism in Indian schools. Parents share experiences and experts emphasize the need for inclusive education. Nisha, a 37-year-old communication manager from a tier 2 city in the North India, was deeply concerned when her 2-year-old daughter showed a partial speech and social regression. She visited 3 pediatricians who dismissed her concerns as overthinking. Her worst fears came true when a clinical psychologist diagnosed her daughter with borderline autism. Her daughter had been enrolled in a pre-primary school by then. Nisha was in for her another disappointment, this time from the school. When the teachers observed my daughter's poor social skills and initial lack of communication, they suggested that she repeat the class until she started communicating. Despite her strong academic performance, the rapist strongly opposed this idea, as children with high IQs can lose interest in academics. If the material is not challenging enough, we had to persistently advocate with the teachers or to allow her to continue progressing. At last, there's a famous quotation by a famous Muslim philosopher of India who is known by his famous name, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Birth anniversary 17 October 1817 up to 27th of March 1898. Was an Indian Muslim reformer, philosopher, and educationist in the 19th century during the British India. Sir Syed maintains a strong legacy in Pakistan and among Indian Muslims also. He became a source of inspiration for the Pakistan movement and its activists, including Allama Iqbal and Muhammad Ali Jinnah. His advocacy of Islam's relationalist tradition and a broader critical interpretation of the Quran to make it compatible with science and modernity continues to influence the global Islamic reformation. Many universities and public buildings in Pakistan bear the Sir Syed's name. Legal Muslim University, Sir Syed celebrated the Sir Syed's 200th birth century with much enthusiasm on 17 October 2017. Former President of India Pranab Mukherjee was the chief guest. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan says a very famous quotation. He says that when a nation becomes devoid of art and learning, it invites poverty, and when poverty comes, it brings in its wake thousands of crimes. Okay, thank you.